everyone, I'm Kat and this is my mum, and today I'm doing the mum tag. So I'm going to ask my mum a bunch of questions and then she's going to answer them, and then you can get like an insight to kind of basically what life with my mum and me was like when I was a child and stuff like that and whatever. Okay, so the first question is, what was I like as a child?
You were very intelligent, we used to laugh. You had loads of imagination, you used to do a lot of makeup play. In fact, you used to do loads of videos and talent shows with your toys. And you preferred the company of adults rather than children, I think because of maturity and things like that, because you were very mature for your age.
Still answer.
And very loving, she was a very loving child.
Okay, the second question is, what do you think of me making YouTube videos?
I think it's cool. I think that, you know, it's something everybody can enjoy. I think you've just got to be careful with some people's comments. You've got to make sure that nobody, if they make a personal comment, you don't take it to heart, because there's a lot of dicks out there.
Yeah, wise words from my mum.
You know, sometimes they just want to comment just to wind somebody up or upset somebody. So
Yeah.
Listen to the lovers and don't listen to the haters.
F the haters. What's something funny I did when I was younger? You knew the answers to this one already, and now you've forgotten it.
God. I'm trying to remember what it was now. Oh God. Let me think. It was something really funny, wasn't it? Oh yes, I remember. It was, Jessie went to school when she was about 8 years old, and it was show and tell, and Jessie didn't have anything to show, so she decided to do a little song. And it was a song that I'd sung at home as a bit of fun, and I don't think the teachers were impressed. And it went...
You say it.
It's 2006. The Queen looked down her nicks. She licked her bum and said, "Yum yum, it's better than Weetabix." So there you go, folks. That was her first
I said
stage
that
performance.
when I was like 8 or 7 or 8 years old.
Kids loved it. The teachers didn't.
Yeah. If you had to rename me, what would it be?
I've always liked the name Lucy. I don't know why. Just, you know, I think it's a sweet little name.
Yeah.
But Jessica suits you, I think. So.
Yeah, I used to hate my name. What is something I do that annoys you, or something I've done that has annoyed you?
Picking your nose and eating it? No, she doesn't really. No, it's not that. It is, sometimes she can be very selfish. She doesn't always think about people's feelings.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's a kind of a young person's thing. You kind of think about yourself a bit more than you might think about how your mum or your dad feels. So yeah, I think sometimes just thinking about what you say or do and how it might impact somebody else, but that's something you learn through life anyway. Yeah, just when you get stroppy, I suppose, like any parent, when you have your little strops. So, but hey, we all have those sometimes.
Right, when were you most proud of me?
Right. I was most proud of you, I think, probably the first time I saw you sing. Because you've got such a heavenly voice. You know, it's just amazing now to sort of see how much your confidence has grown in front of the screen and in front of people. You know, and what a success you're trying to make of yourself by doing YouTube and by doing your singing. Yeah, but I'm proud of all your achievements, really. And obviously, when you were in year 3, you did your SATs, and you and one other boy were top out of the whole of Hampshire for your English SATs, so amazing.
Yeah, I'm smart. What's the worst thing I've ever done?
I can't think of anything that's been worst for like behaviour.
I'm well behaved.
I think really, if you were going to talk about worst behaviour, it was as a child you were a bit outspoken. You'd always say what you thought again without thinking.
That hasn't really changed.
I think somebody gave you a present one year, you opened it and said, "What the hell is that?" which was rather embarrassing for everybody. And yeah, I think when I moved away, when you were younger, I moved away and you decided to stay in Andover. And that was quite heartbreaking, and I think that was one of the worst times, being separated from you during that time. So, but I'm so glad that it hasn't affected your life too badly and you've still grown up to be a lovely young woman.
Alright, how was I in school?
When you were in infant and junior school, you were absolutely fine, apart from you didn't like mixing with a lot of kids your age because you always thought them very immature.
Yeah, I still think that.
And when you got to senior school, things kind of crashed a bit because you found it quite hard to
everything went downhill.
Make friendships and understand some of the behaviour, because with girls it can get very bitchy. There's a lot of backstabbing, and I think it's a lot harder for girls in school now than it is for boys, because I think girls are just, there's a lot more verbal bullying and mental bullying than there is physical, which can be quite damaging.
I've seen more girls have fights at school. And
you were kind of like, you just didn't settle. So I think senior school just wasn't a good point in your life, but you still did really well with your exams, so we're still really proud.
Yeah.
And I think one day, when you get your confidence back, maybe you can go back to learning and do it in an adult environment and feel a bit better about it.
What's your favourite moment of us together, or favourite moments?
Favourite moments, I think, over the years, me and Jessie love playing board games. We've played Scrabble, Monopoly.
Yeah, that's always been something that we did
We loved doing that together, and we also used to do these talent shows, which we would get Jessie's cuddly toys and all sorts of things, and we'd make each one have a talent, and then they would perform. We used to do it in front of other members of the family, and then we'd have to pick someone as a winner.
Yeah.
And it was good fun. And then we videoed dolls and things making songs up, and we used to have such a laugh. So it's being on the same wavelength. And I think it's very important that your daughter or your son can relate to you, be able to talk to you about anything. So sometimes you have to be very open-minded, and you have to not be too judgmental. You've got to kind of take things away with you and then think about
when you
them.
become a mum, that's something that you have
It's very hard sometimes not to judge and not to, get angry and say the wrong thing. So you kind of got to take things on board and go away with it and think about it and then come back.
And last question now is, what would you change if you could raise me again?
I don't think I would change anything as such. I think it would have been nice if you had come to live with me when I moved away, because I think it would have made you a bit more independent than you had been living with your dad. Because he did everything for you, and I certainly wouldn't have done, which is probably why you didn't want to live with me.
Very lazy and messy. And
yes, so I certainly would have kicked your ass, and
I'm having to learn now.
And I probably would have, I don't know, tried to find some other ways of so that you could continue your learning and things with college and that. I just would have, I think there would have been other answers, but there just wasn't time at the time to sort that out. So.
Right, that's it then that was the mum tag. There are actually loads of other questions, but I just picked out the ones that I wanted to ask. So yeah, this is my mum, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
Bye.